Hello everyone, Beard Reads Books here, and in today's book review I'm going to be talking a bit about The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. Now I expect most of you will know the basic outline of the story. It's about four children, Peter, Susan, Edmund and Lucy, who get evacuated out to the countryside to a big old mansion, and they discover this wardrobe in one of the rooms, through the back of which they can get into Narnia. And it's basically a story about good and evil, and about the lion overcoming the white witch, Aslan the lion, and the four children, they become kings and queens of Narnia at the end. One thing, as I was reading this book, because obviously the children, they get sent to the mansion where the professor lives. I think, was he their uncle? I don't think it was a relation actually. But anyway, the professor who lives at the mansion where the children get evacuated to, as I was reading it, I could just picture Jim Broadbent being the professor. So what I actually did was, while I was reading it, because I vaguely remember the 2005 film that came out. Slight aside, I always think of the film as coming out quite recently. So I was quite surprised to sort of be reminded of the fact that actually 17 years ago that it came out. But anyway, yeah, so I went to check out sort of the film and look at the info on the film. And yeah, Jim Broadbent in the 2005 film played the professor. So I'd completely forgotten all about that. And it was only when I was reading this and I could picture him being a professor, I suddenly thought, hang on a minute, I think he actually did play him. So now I remembered Ray Winston and Dawn French. I remember they did the voices of Mr. and Mrs. Beaver in that film. But when is it? Was it the 1980s? I think 1980s. They did a TV series of the book. Can any of you remember? Have any of you seen the TV series? Can you remember that? Mr. and Mrs. Beaver, the characters, the actors and actress playing Mr. and Mrs. Beaver, just a couple of people in sort of beaver suits. It's really, really bad looking, you know. So yeah, I think that's one area where CGI comes in good, because Mr. and Mrs. Beaver in the film, they were much more convincing than Mr. and Mrs. Beaver out of the old TV series from 1980s or whenever it was. but I mean, yeah, it's a book for young children and that. And I mean, I remember getting the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe book as a child, sort of as a Sunday school prize. So I'm very familiar with it and love it. I admit I do quite really love the sort of Chronicle and Narnia books. If I'd never read it before and I was reading it now for the first time, would I enjoy it? I don't know. Because like I said, it is aimed very much at the young audience. And it is very heavy on Christian allegory. So, if the fact that it's aimed at young kids, that you might not necessarily enjoy it so much if you come to it afresh as an adult. And the fact that it's heavy on Christian allegory might put you off quite a bit if you're not sort of Christian minded. But now one standout point for this book for me is obviously the White Witch. She wants to take Edmund as a sacrifice, and that. But what the lion does is, because of deep magic, there's a sort of deep magic that's sort of saying a traitor belongs to the White Witch, and the traitor can only be released if sort of someone else stands in his place. So that's what the lion does. He fulfills the deep magic by standing in Edmund's place. But what she doesn't know is but Aslan does know, is he knows about the deeper magic from before time, and that and that always it's just that little line. But Aslan sort of saying, yeah, the White Witch knows deep magic, but I know deeper magic, yeah. And I could just, just a little, I know it's a bit random, but it's just a little standout fact for me. Is the way Aslan's like, I know deeper magic, yeah. I wonder if like, sort of like, witches and that, sort of modern day witches, I wonder if they ever use that amongst each other. It's like when like a witch sort of says to a witchy friend, "Oh, I know deep magic," and like the friend replies, "Yeah, but I know deeper magic." Yeah. I wonder if any like witches, modern day witches, and that ever actually do say that kind of stuff, something like that. But no, I mean, sorry, complete random tangent there. But no, I would say it's quite a good book for children to read. I think it's easy reading and very enjoyable, and yeah, I liked it. I'd if you want to get your kids into reading, and you don't mind them reading books that have your own Christian allegory and that kind of thing, I'd definitely recommend this as a good book to give to a young child to sort of like for them to sort of help get them into like reading themselves, read and all that. So anyway, yes, good little book. I like it. If you've read it, I'd like to hear what you think of it and all the rest. So feel free to comment, and look forward to seeing you in the next book review, which will hopefully be coming out in the very near future. And in the meantime, guys, stay safe.